Okay, so what if we stopped treating AI like just another disposable tool and started building it as a true cognitive partner? That's exactly what we're diving into here. We're talking about BITHUB, BITwiki, and BITCORE, a single integrated system designed to take the raw noise of everyday work and transform it into a clear, recursive, and constantly evolving intelligence.
But, to really get why this new architecture is such a game changer, we first have to face a pretty harsh reality about how AI works in most organizations today. It's not a thriving ecosystem. It's what this calls the knowledge graveyard. And this graveyard idea, it's powerful because it's just so painfully true, right? I mean, think about it. That critical decision someone made in a chat thread 3 months ago, it's buried, gone. The documentation for that last big project, it's already out of date, basically decaying. And the AI tools we try to bolt on top of all this are completely blind to that history. They can't see the context because it's already been lost to time.
So why does this keep happening? Well, it's because our current tools are fundamentally broken. They're isolated. We have these chatbots that give us one-off answers but have the memory of a goldfish. We have wikis that hold information, but they're static. They can't reason about anything. And then we have these AI agent frameworks that look amazing in a demo but are just too brittle for any real complex work. The crucial point here is that they don't learn together. They're not a living organism that gets smarter with you.
So it really boils down to 4 fundamental problems. First, there's no real memory. Most AI you use is just a pretty face on someone else's model with no long-term structure. Second, our knowledge is scattered everywhere. Emails, random documents, wikis that don't talk to each other. Third, this chaos leads to hallucinating AI agents that literally can't see the full picture. And finally, it forces us, the users, to constantly rebuild the same context from scratch over and over again. And the result? A landscape of disposable tools and absolutely zero persistent intelligence.
All right, so how do we escape this graveyard? The answer isn't just another tool. That's the whole point. It's a fundamental shift in how we think. We need to stop building tools and start architecting a recursive intelligence field, a living system that actually learns and evolves right alongside us.
This is where the metaphor really shifts. We stop thinking about our organization like some dead collection of files in a folder hierarchy and start seeing it for what it could be, a living meta-organism. And what that means is that every interaction, every piece of data, every single bit of work is continuously captured, structured, and used to refine the entire system. AI is no longer a toy you play with. It's an always-on reasoning layer, working with you.
And the engine at the heart of this organism, it's this incredible self-stabilizing feedback loop. It all starts with raw human discourse. Our conversations, our ideas, our messy drafts. All of that becomes feedstock for the system. It then transforms that raw input into structured, reliable knowledge, a codex. And that codex, in turn, powers an engine that's capable of real, executable cognition. It's a perfect circle, where the entire system gets smarter with every single pass.
This whole architecture rests on 3 deeply integrated pillars. They're not separate things, they're one system. And the mantra here is beautifully simple. The codex defines, the core reasons, and the mainframe executes.
So let's put some names to these pillars. First, you've got BITwiki. That's your digital codex, the system's permanent, unshakable memory. Then there's BITHUB. That's the core AI mainframe, the cockpit where the actual work gets done. And connecting them, the reasoning heart of it all, is BITCORE, the recursive intelligence engine that learns from feedback and encodes the rules of the road.
And look, I really want to hammer this home. These are not separate products you just bolt together. They form one single cognitive field. BITHUB is where the ideas and the raw exchange happen. Those outputs are then forged into permanent, linkable knowledge objects inside BITwiki. And the entire dance is orchestrated by BITCORE, that recursive intelligence layer that connects absolutely everything.
Okay, so let's get into the mechanics. How does this actually work day to day? We need to trace the recursive knowledge loop. This is the process that turns all that messy noise into high-fidelity signal and then locks it in as permanent intelligence.
It really happens in 2 key phases. First, there's the creation loop. A user is working in BITHUB, but their output isn't just another chat message lost to the void. It's a structured piece of signal that feeds directly into the knowledge base, BITwiki. Then the refinement loop kicks in. The system itself, along with other users, challenges and augments that knowledge, improving its quality over time. So every single interaction becomes a valuable asset instead of just adding to the noise.
And what's powering this entire cycle? That's BITCORE. It's described here as the orthogonal AI system, and orthogonal is the perfect word for it. It operates on a completely different axis from our day-to-day workflow, kind of observing and improving everything from the outside in. Think of it as the central nervous system for the whole stack. It applies the logic, enforces the rules for what counts as real evidence, and feeds audited, improved outputs back into the system for constant refinement.
So let's break that loop down into 5 really clear steps. 1. A new signal, a document, a decision, comes into BITCORE. 2. BITCORE interprets it, proposing actions and checking the knowledge base. 3. And this is absolutely critical, a human reviews, corrects, and approves the outcome. 4. BITwiki, the codex, gets updated with that new, validated knowledge. And 5. BITCORE refines its own models based on that outcome, self-correcting for the future. You see? Every single loop makes the entire organism stronger.
So, when you put all of this together, what does it lead to? It leads to the ultimate goal of this entire architecture, a true human-AI symbiosis. This is a totally new kind of interface, where human judgment and machine recursion don't just coexist, they actively charge one another. And the guiding metaphor for this is just brilliant. It's a cathode-anode interface. Think of it like this. Humans, we're the cathode. We provide the grounding potential. We're the ones who define the intent, the goals, the values, the why. And then you have BITCORE. That's the anode. It brings the raw power, the high-depth inference, the pattern matching, all the recursive heavy lifting that our brains just can't do. And this is the payoff, visually. The human side is grounded, it's structured. It operates in what we call the box world of our known, established reality. But the AI side? That's a radiating, multi-dimensional engine that explores possibilities way outside that box. The knowledge transfer spark is that beautiful arc between them. It's the exact moment where human intent meets AI inference, closing the loop and creating brand new, validated understanding.
Okay, that's the theory. We've covered the problem, the architecture, the entire philosophy behind it. But that's all just theory, right? The big question, the one that really matters is, what does this actually let you do?
Well, it's not just abstract. The architecture translates directly into 5 concrete capabilities. You get domain-specific workspaces that are already wired with the right tools. You get composable cores and nodes to build your own complex pipelines. You get canonical, standardized inputs from BitWilly so everyone is on the same page. You get governed, ethical intelligence thanks to BITCORE. And all of that enables a totally interoperable marketplace for sharing tools and modules.
So in the end, what we're left with, it's not just another app, it's not another platform. It's what you see here, a legendary engineering codex. It's a blueprint for a recursive, self-refining, truly enterprise-ready AI infrastructure. And it's a system for the people who aren't just looking to use AI, but are ready to build the next society of mind.